Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Welcome. Kerry Morgan. You've been hearing her name in the trial. You've been hearing her name everywhere. Kerry Morgan. And people start saying, who the hell is Kerry Morgan? Some people know. She was the white girl that was always with Cassie. You know, you've seen her. They were besties. Her bestest friend in the whole wide world. Her friend Kerry. And she was so obsessed that they've been knowing each other way back. And see, this whole trial has gotten people and their minds all screwed up. That everybody's here trying to make a name for themselves. You have the former FBI director, Richard Comey's daughter, Maureen, trying to make a legacy for herself as the person that goes after the traffickers. After she went after Giselle Maxwell, now she's after Diddy. You know, it's like, what are they doing here? So everybody's looking at this and they're saying to themselves, why are we here? What is this all about? Why does the stories keep changing? Why does the evidence is not matching up? What is this prosecution trying to do? Is this justice? Or are they saying, well, we can't get you with what we want, so we're going to try to use these other charges to embarrass you, make everybody see you as a man who beat a woman and had weird sex with her. It's not a crime, but to us it is. We don't like it. So that's what it looks like. They're just upset about something they don't like. How about that? How many times have you seen this in the history of mankind? I've seen it a lot. Now, everyone has their own opinions. But you're not in the courtroom. Most of you have not heard all of the evidence. You've been watching the news and you don't have a clue as to what's going on out there. So we're here to help you with your delusion. We're here to help you in your confusion so that you would understand what this is truly all about. Because I feel you need to know. You see, Kerry was around Diddy and never had any concern. Kerry worked for Diddy, was always around Cassie. To the point, Cassie thought Diddy was sleeping with Kerry. Now, these two did everything together. They went to Paris together. Everyone assumed that these two were sleeping with each other. They thought these two were sleeping with each other all up and down. Yep. You're sleeping together. Look at them. They're sleeping with each other. You can tell. You can tell. That's all I heard. You can tell. They sleeping with each other. Now, they done drugs together. Everything, the whole nine. But where did they really come from? Well, let's take a look. You see, Cassie Ventura is what you would call a catalog model. And once you're a catalog model, these are the results of being a catalog model. They would always appear in certain magazines, in certain ads, and Cassie's mother was trying to get her into the business and wanted to very much. Her parents come from a very modest life, thought their daughter was beautiful enough to be in these catalogs and magazines. And this is where Kerry Morgan also comes from, the same place. Good old Della's. Della's magazine has produced, being a Della's model and all that, this magazine, this ad for this company, and they have provided some of the top children models that turned out to be entertainers or highway successful to meeting producers, actors, directors. These models have gotten careers. And it's only due to those facts that you start to see the truth. And once the truth shows its face, there's nothing you can do about it. The truth has shown up, and bam, just like that, it's done. So, her being Adela's model with Kerry, these two were inseparable. So Kerry saw all of the fights. Kerry saw everything going down, the drugs, the fights, all of it. And they never said a word. None of them. Now, let's look at this from a perspective that makes sense. you see that Della's is an ongoing fest of people that are insane. They are something crazy, right? The people don't even need to be where they are for it to be successful. You know, what angers most people about the situation at hand is that this place comes together and do something that others don't seem as rational or logical as the way they handle these models and these firms that they come from that they use to put in their magazines. You're advertising to these predators. Not saying this is where Diddy got her, because this is not where Diddy got her. Diddy didn't know her. Neither did Ryan Leslie. But this is where these powerful men, they go and they see what they want, and they'll tell their assistant, find me this one right here. So they're not thinking about the product. They're thinking about the woman. And these women are trained, programmed to be with rich men or men with means. They're programmed not to go and post stuff on social media without the authority or consent of the person that they're with. They're there to be seen, not heard. These situations happen all the time. Now, I want you to meet someone here. This is one of the top CEOs of that company at the time, of Dallas, or Dellas, or whatever they call themselves. Now, that retail store closed down and became defunct. They had to go under in 2015. But while they were on their plunge to the ground, in closing, this was the lady that chose and made sure she had full autonomy as to what was going on with the magazines. She knows fashion. She knows everything. Miss Tracy. And see, Tracy knew from a standpoint of what others didn't know is she knows what she's doing. And she rose right. She knew that the ship is getting bad. So Tracy Gardner said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pack my bags because it's getting hot in here. After training and grooming young model women to be professionals. Why do you think these guys go to the runways? They go to the runways so they can see if they can grab some prime chef ribs. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell. Yes, I am Carcino for life. Thank you very much. For those who didn't see, like, share, subscribe. The Cash App is Carcino. You see on the banner below that keeps going by saying the cash shop is car seat. Yes, use that. Now, everybody knows these scenarios and these stories, they keep going. And the reason they keep going is because people like this is in charge. Guess where she's at now? So 2 years before it all goes under, 2 years before it all goes under, she leaves. And now she's at the Gap. I wonder who's the models over there. Now, here it is that Cassie never seemed to get into a situation that others didn't know about early in her career, as her friends were all she cared about, and she was very loving with her friends. Now, she accused Kerry of sleeping with Diddy till she realized, no, she just works for him, and that's it. And her and Kerry had the same type of background, and Kerry knew Tracy, but I don't know if Cassie knew of Tracy when Tracy got to Dallas, because Tracy Gardner came from J. Crew, took it public, was the business economics woman. She looked over everything. So by the time she got there, I think Cassie was already gone from Dallas. And the CEOs and the people who were there before her had Cassie and Kerry when they came over. Those two didn't form a friendship there. They just, once they started talking to each other, they realized that they both were in Dallas and modeling, and they come from the same place. So they didn't know each other then, but know that they went through the same agencies to get into the magazines and go to the certain events. So they had a connection once they realized that they go back further than Diddy. But Diddy always with Russell Simmons and all these other people, Brett Ratner, all of these directors in Hollywood. You wonder how they get these women? They go and these women are assigned to them. Okay, if you're on my Patreon, you already know, but if you don't, let me advise you. They got places that they go. That's why they're sitting there watching these women on the runway. They're not there to buy the material, the dresses that's on the women. That's a front. Here's the new swimsuit. The women that's there, they're not even there to look at the outfits. It's like, oh, that's a nice, it looks good on her. But what look good on somebody don't look good on you. They're shopping for the women. They're shopping for what's on that stage. And whoever's in control of them and pushing them and been whipping them, they have been mentally conformed to service and serve whoever they're assigned to. This is the modeling world. And you don't bring shame and you don't bring embarrassment into the house. You are to be a vessel. From Tyra Banks to all of them, to make their place in this game, this is what they did. This is the road they chose. This is the road and avenue that they choose to go down. They wanted to be the next top model. They wanted to be all of it. So what happened with Diddy and Kerry? That Cassie stopped talking to her forever. Well, there was a time that there was an argument being had at a hotel, and Diddy allegedly got mad that Kerry even got involved. Kerry got in there to take up for Cassie in an argument, trying to defuse the situation. Kerry's the person that allegedly has witnessed a lot of the beatdowns, verbal abuse, and alleged activities throughout. But what she chose to do was ignore. Until one day, she decided to stand up to Diddy, tell Diddy how wrong he was, and talk back with her mouth like, I have an opinion. And Diddy was allegedly like, oh yeah? Wow! He threw a wooden hanger that was hanging in the hotel closet at her and hit her in the head. As she cried, she left the room, and she felt Cassie didn't take up for her or stick up for her at all. She didn't take her side. And that ruined their friendship. She suffered a concussion. She went to the hospital. She didn't want to be around Diddy anymore. They settled this thing out of court, of course, with Diddy allegedly paying her $50,000 for giving her a concussion. Took care of her hospital bills, the whole nine. But in this lawsuit that was going to be filed, this civil thing, Cassie was also being sued. And Cassie had to pay half of the lawsuit that went with Diddy. She had to pay $25,000 allegedly of the $50,000 that went to this woman here. Now that everyone see how this plays out, it becomes a more scarier scene because now you're witnessing somebody who's not what you would consider rational. Cassie got a text from her one time, and like they communicated one time during a text, and it's like, you took money from me, like you were supposed to be my friend, and Cassie never spoken to her again. So we'll hear more about what happened, but that's all of what we know. Now we will address this Suge Knight thing she just brought up that means absolutely nothing. Made it look like they were going to go out and attack Suge Knight in the hotel. She told this salacious story, and that the government wanted to bring that up as the point of relevance. We have no idea. Right? Well, I'll address that next. But I also want to say, don't forget to support Kwame Brown Bus Life, 78 Sports TV, Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez, Mondo Black TV still doing his thing. Too Raw for TV out there doing his thing. And go to the Patreon because the Patreon versions are more to the point, And we have some surprises. So anyway, I'm out. God bless. Take care.
Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world. And I'm just giving my 2 cents on it.